kitalo nnyo mu Mbale City olunaku lwali tofiiriddwa omu ku abo ababadde bapiikiza interest okuba nga ate beesimbawo wali mu Lwakakasel mu Industrial State Division mu Mbale City. Musajja mukulu Tibirondwa Ismail afudde olunaku olwaleero nga yakamala okwewandiisa wali ku Industrial State Division. Kino kikanze bangi era ne beewuunya oba omusajja yazze n'ebirwadde bye oba abadde ne pressure oba yafunye kyekango oba essanyu lyabadde lingi lyamuviiriddeko kubanga ate ava mu bulamu bw'ensi eno. Era olumaze okubanga ate akutuka abantu ne bakuŋŋaana oluvannyuma basoda kubanga ate bajjawo mayitiye omulambo awo nno process nesobola okubanga ate yeeyongera. Olunaku olwajjo Electoral Commission ng'ekulembeddwamu omulamuzi Simon Byabakama bamiitinze abatuuze saako n'aba stakeholders ng'aba security saako ne ba politicians awamu n'abamawulire okuba nti bagezaako okuba nga ate batema empenda buti abo basobola okuba nga ate baimprovinga demokrasia saako n'ebyokulonda nga twolekera akalulu ka 231 saako n'akalulu akagenda mu maaso kati akaba LC1s saako n'ezi Women Council elections. Mu byayogeddwako kwe kuba nti security mu nsonga zonna ebeera partial. Kitegeeza nti security already egenda okujja mu kalulu mbunga balina saidi yaabwe era ng'omu ku bakungu ba National Unity Platform administrator yavudde n'agamba nti ye yafuna kibooko emmotoka ye ne bagyonoona ne bagitereka ne ku CPS paka kati weeri era ng'agamba nti mu kalulu kano akawedde baalabyemu electoral violence ng'ate ekulemberawo ne security si bantu ba bulijjo oba si balonzi. Kakati wano Simon Byabakama akulembera ekitongole oba akulembera body etwala ebyokulondesa mu ggwanga ya Uganda weyavuddeyo n'ategeeza n'agamba nti security omulimu gwabwe ku polling stations oba mu kalulu gwa kukuuma law and order so si kukuba bantu oba si kuyingirira byabufuzi. Era n'agamba nti afunye obuzibu bunene nnyo ne ba RDCs especially mu by elections nti bagenda ku site already nga bo baafuna dda side yaabwe era bamaliriza bonoonya akalulu. Era n'agamba nti balina okubaawo n'engeri gye beekyusaamu beetereze mu mutima babeere ba commanders batuufu basobole okuba nga ate babeera impartial naddala nga bagenze mu field y'ebyokulonda. Ebyo byonna byabadde wali ku Mbale Resort Hotel abakulu babadde bamiitinze era nga meeting eno yonna yetugenda okuba nga ate tukutuusaako saako ne omulamuzi Simon Byabakama engeri gy'asobola okuba nga ate awaayo enjogera ye naddala nga okulonda kwa LC1 kugenda mu maaso ng'ate wetuweteekateekera akalulu ka 231.
But up to now, my things, even the car that I was driving, which was plated, got plates more than 10 of them, even tired. It is still at police. So I blame that election violence, security must know the limit in case we are doing elections. Because the moment you are there, if you are not supporting the party, the government, or you have your different opinion, they treat you as a rebel. It's not right. Because you do influence the mindset of a voter to vote you, not because you are qualified, but because he's getting something from you. Then another thing was, question 2, of course, there's also other things, like medical camps. I had one in the LC1 who bought an ambulance. LC1 and bought an ambulance for these coming elections. Can you imagine? Even if a village person, even if likes or not, has to vote for that one with an ambulance. Remember, it is lining. So if it is lining, it's going to get some people, they sit there and record whoever has lined up to him. If you don't line, no ambulance. And in this, you are naturally influencing the voters in good participation. So they are going to record you and say, for you, you didn't, I saw the line, you were not there. So there is no, my ambulance is not there. So in this, that is the problem. Then others, they do construct boreholes, others and other things and all. So this thing, how do they influence? We say they influence the voters. These voters speak in a way that the highest bidder takes it. So wherever there is money issues, people are not going to look on character, people are not going to look on development matters, people are going to look who has more money, who has given me 5,000, who has given me 10, and now only 2 do I give, and that is it. So in this, we have happened to get bad leaders, to get people who are not concerned on citizens' well-being, but they are money-minded. Remember, when you put in money, so much money, when you get into that office, you are looking after how can I return, how can I make that money back. So it has made us to think that politics is a business. And actually in Uganda, politics is becoming more serious business than any business so far. Because they know if I put my millions, I'm going to get paid. So in this, we are voting quick leaders. Number 2, what do you think are the main factors contributing to commercialization?
You have 3 minutes to go.
Yes. Number 1 is high expectations among aspirants. They expect a lot of things when they get into that office, and therefore they have to put in anyhow, and that is how they end up spending much money. Second, power. Secondly, power and authority. Very many leaders put in money because they want that power that comes with the position they do acquire. Another one in outline form, pressure from voters. Very many voters are the ones pressurizing these aspirants to put in more money, to sell their buildings, to go for loans, because they say if you don't give us money, we shall not vote you. Ignorance of voters and also candidates. Very many people think politics is a joke, and so you have to give them money. If you don't, no vote. Low expectations from voters, or voters from the candidates. In this Uganda now, very many people, very many voters expect less from the people they elect. And in this, they say, first give me, I give you the vote, because moreover, you are not going to elect me with anything once you go to the office. Moral degeneration, very many people are no longer looking at character, that they are looking on money, and lack of sensitization. Third, what measures should be taken by electoral stakeholders? In this we mean communities, civil society, media, electoral commission, political parties, security, etc. to reduce the commercialization of elections and promote issue-based political competition. Interesting. In this, they are telling us what can be done as we, because all of us here, we are stakeholders. So what can be done in order to reduce the problems that we have seen above? One, we say it as group 2, sensitization of voters and candidates. It's very paramount. We have to sensitize them and know exactly that politics is not a job. They should not pressurize these candidates, because at the end, the candidates will turn their positions into job making. Secondly, applying and strengthening law enforcement. Electoral laws. Electoral laws are there and they are very full. The only problem we have with them is enforcement. So if we can enforce these laws, more so police, the courts, the speed up of everything, you never know, commercialization of these elections may reduce a bit. Because at least somebody may know that this law can get me and I can be even removed from this position if I over-commercialize this election. Quickening the electoral processes. Here we gave an example of the late Katorugamu. He finished the whole term when the case is still in court of electoral fraud. And he finished the whole term. So after removing, getting off, then the judgment came after. That is very wrong. We should speed up the electoral fraud processes. Make sure that at least in 2 months of elections, these judgments are back. If somebody has an arm of it, get out before wasting our resources. Another one.
The leadership of the various police security services, in an effort to appreciate one another and to emphasize the point that when it comes to managing elections and ensuring that all the materials and what is required is in place, is the mandate of the Electoral Commission. However, the Electoral Commission also recognizes that when it comes to matters of law and order, maintenance of law and order, we have a constitutionally mandated agency or body whose responsibility it is to do that. But because the need for law and order and stability in an electoral cycle is so paramount, the Commission has to work hand in hand with the Uganda Police Force in order to work out a methodology or a system or a way of ensuring that the electoral environment is preserved, law and order are observed and upheld by all stakeholders. So it's not true to say that the Electoral Commission does not make effort to put in check the security services in as far as the execution of their mandate is concerned in an electoral environment. So we have held several meetings with them, and we shall continue to do that. On Friday, I'm supposed to meet all the DPCs and all the regional police commanders at Uganda Police Headquarters. I've just been informed when I was here. We are going to discuss with them how to manage effectively the LC1 and LC2 elections which are going to take place in the entire country. So I want to assure the people of Uganda, the Electoral Commission takes measures and steps to ensure that security play their expected role and leave matters concerning the management and conduct of elections to the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Chairman, as we go into this coming election, looking at what happened in the 2018 election, there was a lot of violence. How is the Commission prepared to avert the would-be violence?
First of all, we have embarked on engaging with the people through radio talk shows with my field people, that is the returning officers in the various districts. We have had so many radio talk shows since we launched this program or roadmap for the administrative units elections. We are also engaging with the other groups, other stakeholders. As I said, on Friday we're having a meeting with all the district police commanders and regional police commanders in the entire country, who are going to be directly in charge of ensuring law and order prevails and that there is stability in the villages where these elections are going to take place. So the fear for violence is indeed there, if I may so, because many people have expressed the concern that if security does not do their work effectively, there is likely to be violence in some areas. But the main people who can prevent violence are the people themselves, the residents in the villages where these elections are going to take place. And I've told them on the various media channels have appeared that, look, if you disrupt an election in your village, you destroy the register of the residents, which is the register for voters. it means whereas other villages will go ahead and conduct the elections, your village will not conduct the elections. And mind you, the elections for administrative units are both at LC1 and LC2. And in our roadmap, we have said after elections for the LC1 are concluded, then we go to elections for LC2. Now, the composition of the voters for LC2 or parish level executive committee are the elected leaders at the village level, the 11-member executive committee at the village level. So if village X did not have elections because of chaos, because of violence and destruction of the register, then we want to wait for them when we are going to the next phase of the parish elections in that village or in that parish. So it means this village, we might miss out on those elections, and the other villages which had peaceful elections will proceed. So the first appeal we are making is the people of Uganda, all the residents who are willing to become members of the village councils and are going to elect members of the village executive committee, which is the governorship committee, on the 23rd, first of all 23rd to begin with for women, then 28th for LC1. If you are willing, if you want your village to have a proper governance in place, please say no to violence. And anyone who tries to sow confusion or tries to cause violence, hand him or her to the Uganda police force so that that person is dealt with in accordance with the law. Secondly, the other engagement, as I was said, is to engage Uganda police force. We want to work out the modalities of ensuring law and order, peace and stability prevail in any given area. We want you, the people, to assist us and point out that in this particular area, something is likely to happen, so that attention and focus is put on that area by the security services in ensuring that there is no chaos and there is no disruption or violence in those areas. But I want to watch, but given the enthusiasm the people have shown by what we have seen during this registration exercise, it means the people of Uganda want elections for these LC1, LC2 to take place as quickly as yesterday.